Have you ever wondered about the hidden aspects of Whitney Houston's life that she kept from the public for so many years? Rumors swirled about her private relationships, including whispers of a secret same-sex relationship that she never publicly acknowledged. Despite being a global music icon, Whitney Houston wasn't alone in facing this challenge. Many black celebrities, especially in the entertainment industry, wrestled with the pressure to keep their sexual identities hidden, fearing that revealing the truth could destroy their careers and personal reputations. In this video, we will reveal untold stories about black icons who lived in fear of their same-sex relationships being exposed, even after their deaths. Join us as we explore the lives of these trailblazers, individuals who navigated fame in an industry that often demanded silence about their private lives. These stories will help you understand the struggles and courage they faced, while also highlighting the influence and legacy they left for future generations. If you're curious about this story and want to learn more, don't forget to hit like and share this video with your friends and everyone around you. Leave a comment below to let us know your thoughts. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on exciting videos and intriguing stories in the future. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel. Now let's dive into these surprising stories. Bayard Rustin was a trailblazer in American politics, celebrated for her unwavering dedication to civil rights and her historic contributions in public office. Born in 1936 in Houston, Texas, she broke through racial and gender barriers to become the first black woman ever elected to the Texas State Senate. Her rise continued in 1972 when she won a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives, becoming a landmark figure for both African Americans and women in government. Her powerful voice resonated nationwide during the 1974 Watergate hearings, where her stirring and articulate demand for President Nixon's impeachment captivated the country and solidified her place as a defining figure in American political history. Bayard Rustin's powerful speech at the 1976 Democratic National Convention further solidified her position as a trailblazer in U.S. politics. Through her eloquence and passion, she outlined her vision for a more just and inclusive America, earning widespread respect and admiration across the nation. In her personal life, Bayard Rustin shared a long-term and private relationship with her partner, Nancy Earle, for over 3 decades. Despite battling multiple sclerosis and leukemia, Bayard Rustin remained steadfast in her dedication to public service, advocating for progressive change until her death in 1996. Her legacy as a pioneering politician and staunch advocate for civil rights continues to inspire and resonate with generations of leaders and activists. Bayard Rustin was a crucial yet frequently underappreciated leader of the civil rights movement, admired for his brilliant organizing abilities and unwavering commitment to justice. Born in 1912, he was the mastermind behind the 1963 March on Washington, the monumental event where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech. Despite his relentless fight for equality, Rustin also endured discrimination for being openly gay during an era when such honesty was both uncommon and harshly judged. But undeterred by these challenges, he remained true to himself, using his intellect, strategic vision, and ability to unite diverse groups to propel the movement forward. His legacy as a civil rights advocate continues to inspire many generations, despite the personal and societal barriers he overcame. While Bayard Rustin often stayed in the shadows due to the social prejudices of his time, he was an unwavering advocate for justice, peace, and equality. His tremendous contributions were largely overlooked during his lifetime, but after his death in 1987, his crucial role in shaping the civil rights movement and his support for LGBTQ+ rights have been increasingly recognized. Today, Rustin is celebrated as a pioneer not only in the fight for racial justice, but also in advancing the rights and visibility of the LGBTQ+ community. His life is a profound testament to the courage of living authentically and fighting for justice, regardless of the personal and societal obstacles he faced. Sherman Hemsley left an indelible mark on television with his iconic role as George Jefferson in The Jeffersons, a groundbreaking sitcom that highlighted the story of a wealthy African-American family. His performance as George, bold, outspoken, and sometimes brash, earned him widespread acclaim and a loyal fan base throughout the 1970s and 1980s. Despite his commanding presence and sharp comedic timing on screen, Hemsley was known for his private, reserved nature off-screen. Throughout his life, Sherman Hemsley remained single and kept his personal life carefully guarded, which fueled speculation about his sexual orientation and left many aspects of his private world shrouded in mystery. Despite rumors about his sexuality that lingered for years, Sherman Hemsley never publicly addressed the topic. Instead, he chose to direct his attention to his career, allowing his work to speak for itself. After his death in 2012 from lung cancer, actor Garrett Morris, a close friend and co-star from The Jeffersons, revealed that Hemsley was gay, although he had kept this aspect of his life private. Morris shared in an interview that those close to Hemsley knew about his sexuality and fully supported his decision to keep it private. Hemsley's experience highlights the unique challenges that black gay men in Hollywood faced, especially during the 1970s and 1980s. His ability to navigate these challenges with grace and privacy added another layer to his legacy, showcasing his quiet strength and resilience. Josephine Baker was not just an entertainer. She was a true pioneer, born in St. Louis, Missouri in 1906. Her early years were shaped by poverty and hardship, but she overcame it all to become an international sensation in the 1920s. Baker made the bold choice to move to Paris, where her immense talent and magnetic presence quickly captivated audiences. Her groundbreaking performance in La Revue Negre introduced her to the world, and her iconic role at Folies Bergère solidified her position as one of the most admired figures of her time. Baker broke racial barriers, becoming a symbol of black excellence and paving the way for future generations of performing artists. Offstage, Josephine Baker's life was just as remarkable. During World War II, she displayed immense bravery by serving as a spy for the French resistance, using her celebrity status to gather vital intelligence against Nazi forces. After the war, Baker became a passionate advocate for civil rights, famously refusing to perform for segregated audiences in the United States. While her public persona was that of a glamorous star, much of her personal life remained shrouded in privacy, further adding to the complexity of her legacy. She married several times and adopted 12 children, but also had relationships with several women, including rumors of an affair with Mexican artist Frida Kahlo. At a time when revealing her sexual orientation could have cost her dearly, Baker chose to keep her privacy intact. She passed away in 1975, leaving behind a powerful legacy both as a performing icon and a passionate advocate for equality. Her life continues to inspire and influence people around the world. Richard Pryor's life was as complex and unpredictable as the comedy that cemented his place as a legend. Born in 1940 in Peoria, Illinois, he grew up in a turbulent environment, spending much of his childhood with his grandmother in a brothel, surrounded by chaos and hardship. Despite these early challenges, Pryor transformed his life experiences into groundbreaking material that would go on to shape the future of comedy, earning him a lasting legacy as one of the most influential stand-up comedians of all time. Known for his fearless humor, Pryor delved deep into his battles with addiction, mental health, and relationships, which resonated deeply with audiences who admired his raw anger, openness, and vulnerability. In the 1970s and 1980s, he became a pioneer in comedy, fearlessly tackling issues like race, drugs, politics, and personal demons. His unique ability to find humor in his darkest moments while challenging societal norms made him a profound figure in both the history of comedy and culture. Although Richard Pryor was open about many aspects of his life, he kept his sexual orientation largely private. Despite marrying 5 times and publicly identifying as heterosexual, his stand-up routines often hinted at past relationships with men, blurring the lines between comedy and reality. It wasn't until many years after Pryor's death that music legend Quincy Jones made headlines by revealing that he had once had a romantic relationship with actor Marlon Brando, further adding layers to the complexities of Pryor's personal life. This claim was later confirmed by his widow, Jennifer Lee Pryor, who shared that Richard had discussed his sexuality with close friends and had even documented these relationships in his personal diaries. Richard Pryor never publicly acknowledged his sexuality, possibly due to the societal pressures of the time and the fear of backlash that could derail his career. When he passed away in 2005 after a long battle with multiple sclerosis, he left behind a groundbreaking comedic legacy that challenged societal norms and broke barriers. However, his personal life, especially his relationships with men, remained largely hidden from the public until after his death, when these aspects of his life were revealed. The journey of Sylvester James Jr. is a story of pioneering the disco era of the 1970s, known for his powerful and vibrant falsetto style paired with his captivating stage presence. Born in Los Angeles in 1947, Sylvester's musical journey began in the church choir, where he honed his vocal talents as a child. Raised in a religious family, his sense of identity often clashed with the conservative environment around him. However, it wasn't until he moved to San Francisco that Sylvester truly found his voice, immersing himself in the city's vibrant LGBTQ+ community. There, he embraced his authentic self and became a symbol not only for disco music, but also for the queer community, leaving an indelible mark on both music and culture. San Francisco played a significant role in Sylvester's rise to fame, with his iconic hit, "You Make Me Feel, Mighty Real," becoming a timeless anthem of liberation and self-expression. While open about his sexual orientation, Sylvester maintained a certain level of privacy when it came to his personal relationships, navigating the delicate balance between his conservative upbringing and his pursuit of self-acceptance. Though his mainstream success was relatively brief as the popularity of disco began to wane in the early 1980s, Sylvester's influence continued to resonate. He became a strong advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, particularly during the devastating AIDS epidemic that ravaged his community. Sylvester was diagnosed with HIV and tragically passed away in 1988 at the age of 41, leaving behind a lasting legacy of courageous activism and unforgettable musical icons. Moms Mabley, a pioneering figure in comedy, paved the way for future generations of female comedians with her fearless humor and unwavering honesty. Born in 189, she broke barriers in a male-dominated industry, captivating audiences with her distinctive appearance, bright-colored dresses, a wide smile, and bold jokes that tackled social issues. Her career took off in vaudeville, and she became a beloved television personality, most notably appearing on The Ed Sullivan Show in the 1960s. Her unique blend of humor and social commentary earned her recognition and respect, making her one of the most influential comedians of her time. In her personal life, Jackie's mother, Moms Mabley, was not shy about publicly embracing her sexual orientation and maintaining relationships with women, a bold and defiant act in a time when being openly gay was rare. She faced and overcame two major obstacles in her career, racism and sexism, but she remained a trailblazer, using her platform to challenge norms and break barriers for LGBTQ+ comedians. Moms Mabley continued performing well into her 70s, proving that laughter knows no age. Although she passed away in 1975, her legacy lives on, inspiring future generations of comedians with her bold authenticity and sharp wit. Little Richard was a trailblazing rock and roll icon whose bold style, electrifying energy, and charisma transformed the music landscape. Born in 1932 in Macon, Georgia, he skyrocketed to fame in the 1950s with hits like Tutti Frutti and Long Tall Sally, crafting a sound that fused gospel rhythms, blues, and rock into something entirely new. His powerful piano playing and dynamic stage presence set a new standard for performance, influencing generations of musicians, from Elvis Presley to Prince. Little Richard's revolutionary contributions to music continue to resonate, solidifying his legacy as one of the genre's most enduring pioneers. Beyond his musical revolution, Little Richard is celebrated for his bravery in embracing his sexuality during a time of intense conservatism. He navigated relationships with both men and women, using his bold, exaggerated persona and powerful lyrics to challenge societal expectations. His authenticity made him an accidental LGBTQ+ icon, carving out a presence in an era where such expressions were rare and heavily stigmatized. Though he temporarily stepped away from music to focus on his religious beliefs, Little Richard returned to the stage to reaffirm his role as a foundational figure in rock and roll. When he passed away in 2020, he left behind a lasting legacy, inspiring future generations to embrace their truths with courage, creativity, and unapologetic self-expression. Luther Vandross was celebrated for his emotionally charged, soulful voice, cementing his place as an R&B legend. Born in New York City in 1951, he rose to fame with timeless hits like Never Too Much and Dancing with My Father, selling over 40 million records worldwide and captivating fans across generations. His music, often centered on themes of love and longing, left a profound and lasting legacy. Despite his immense success, Vandross was incredibly private about his personal life, never openly discussing his romantic relationships, which led to ongoing speculation about his sexuality. Luther Vandross's close friend, Patti LaBelle, later revealed that he was concerned about alienating his female fans, who saw his music as a source of love and comfort. He also wanted to protect his mother from any potential controversy. Bruce Valla, a longtime friend and collaborator, recalled that Vandross confided in him about living a double life, hiding his true identity in an industry where being openly gay, especially as a black man, was seen as a risky endeavor. Luther Vandross passed away in 2005 from complications of a stroke, leaving behind a rich musical legacy that continues to resonate with audiences worldwide. James Baldwin was not only a writer, but also a formidable advocate for the marginalized and silenced. Born in Harlem in 1924, Baldwin was raised in a devout family, with a stepfather who was a preacher. While he initially considered pursuing a religious path, his true passion was literature. In the 1940s, Baldwin moved to Paris to find refuge, where he could explore themes of race and sexuality without the harsh judgment of American society. His works paved the way for a new direction, offering fearless and unapologetic insights into the complexities of sexuality, race, and the human condition. Baldwin's 1956 novel Giovanni's Room boldly addressed same-sex love, reshaping LGBTQ+ literature and becoming a landmark work in the genre. While Baldwin often explored themes of sexuality in his writing, he kept his private life personal, instead choosing to express his truths through characters struggling with both racism and homophobia. Baldwin remained dedicated to advocating for justice and equality throughout his life. He passed away in 1987, leaving behind a literary legacy that continues to resonate, serving as both an inspiration and a powerful reminder of the courage required to challenge societal norms. Billie Holiday, known worldwide as Lady Day, was a jazz icon whose soulful voice and expressive delivery transformed music. Born in 1915 in Philadelphia, she overcame a difficult childhood marked by poverty and hardship, finding solace in song. In the 1930s, her unique style captivated audiences, and her iconic Strange Fruit, a powerful protest against racial injustice, pushed the boundaries of jazz and ignited essential conversations about social change. Holiday's music embodied both personal pain and collective struggles, leaving behind a legacy of artistic resilience. Her themes of sorrow and strength continue to inspire and resonate with listeners across generations. Holiday's personal life was as complex and passionate as the music she created. She navigated turbulent relationships with both men and women, reflecting a multifaceted journey that mirrored the emotional depth in her songs. Though she never publicly acknowledged her sexual orientation, the nuances of her romantic life revealed a layered existence of vulnerability and strength, evident in her performances throughout her career. Despite battling addiction and health issues, she passed away in 1959 at the age of 44. Yet her legacy remains powerful, continuing to inspire artists and audiences alike, securing her place as one of the most enduring and influential figures in jazz. Billy Strayhorn may not be as widely recognized as some of his peers, but his influence on jazz music is undeniable. As the principal collaborator with Duke Ellington, Strayhorn was the genius behind some of Ellington's most iconic compositions. If you've ever heard Take the A Train, you've experienced Strayhorn's brilliance. Born in 1915, Strayhorn faced numerous personal challenges, but his unwavering passion for music propelled him to success, leaving an indelible mark on the jazz world. At just 23 years old, he became an indispensable part of Ellington's band, creating a collaboration that left an indelible mark on jazz history. Strayhorn was not only a talented musician and pianist, but also a pioneer for the LGBTQ+ community in the music world. In a time when coming out as gay could jeopardize one's career, Strayhorn remained true to his identity in the jazz community, despite keeping it hidden from the public. Those who were close to Billy Strayhorn knew about his relationships with men, and he lived his life authentically, on his own terms. Tragically, Strayhorn passed away in 1967 at the age of 51 from esophageal cancer. While he may not have reached the mainstream fame of Duke Ellington, Strayhorn's legacy continues to profoundly influence music, with his contributions remaining vital in the world of jazz. Paul Winfield rose to fame in the 1970s with his captivating portrayal of Nathan Lee Morgan in Sounder, 1972, a performance that earned him an Academy Award nomination and solidified his reputation as one of Hollywood's top black actors. He continued to impress audiences with his portrayal of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in the 1978 miniseries King. Despite his career achievements, Winfield chose to keep his personal life private, particularly regarding his sexual orientation. In an era when Hollywood was far from accepting openly gay actors, especially black men, discretion was often a necessary choice to maintain a successful career. Winfield's private life was marked by discretion, even going as far as dating his Sounder co-star Cicely Tyson for a time to deflect public attention and avoid rumors. Those closest to him were aware of his sexual orientation, and his most important and long-lasting relationship was with architect Charles Gillen, Jr., with whom he shared a deep interracial bond, though it remained largely private. After Gillen's passing in 2002, Winfield, whose health had been declining, passed away in 2004 from a heart attack. He left behind a legacy of quiet strength, resilience, and significant contributions to both film and the LGBTQ community. Whitney Houston was not just a superstar, but an icon. With her extraordinary voice and captivating beauty, she transformed pop music over generations, selling over 200 million records, winning 6 Grammys, and producing timeless hits like I Will Always Love You and Greatest Love of All. Her impact on the music industry was immense, and in 2023, Rolling Stone ranked her as the second greatest singer of all time, solidifying her legendary status. Behind the glamour of fame, Whitney Houston's life was marked by profound personal struggles, including a long battle with addiction, which ultimately led to her heartbreaking death in 2012. Houston's close relationship with her longtime friend, Robin Crawford, sparked years of speculation. The two shared a deep connection since their teenage years. But despite Whitney's public relationships with several famous men, her bond with Crawford remained largely private. In 2019, Crawford revealed in her memoir that their relationship was romantic, a truth hidden due to Whitney's religious beliefs and the immense pressure to maintain her public image. Acknowledging one's sexual identity in that era was a significant challenge, making their relationship even more complex. If you find this video interesting and want to explore more characters, leave a comment with the number 1. If not, leave a comment with the number 0. Now let's continue the story. Octavia Estelle Butler was a literary trailblazer, widely regarded as one of the most influential black authors in the science fiction genre, and a profound voice in broader literature. Born in 1947, Butler built a remarkable career in a genre that often did not welcome women, especially black women, with groundbreaking works like Kindred and Parable of the Sower. She broke boundaries, skillfully blending speculative fiction with powerful explorations of race, gender, and power. Known for her private nature, Butler's personal life remains largely a mystery, sparking much speculation about her sexual orientation. Although Octavia Butler never publicly identified as part of the LGBTQ+ community, some close to her have speculated that she might have been a lesbian. Regardless of her personal identity, her works continue to deeply resonate, especially with women of color, who find in her stories a powerful blueprint for storytelling in science fiction. Since her death in 2006, Butler's influence has only grown, cementing her place as a groundbreaking literary icon. Her works continue to challenge societal norms, transcending the boundaries of speculative fiction and inspiring generations of writers and readers. Nell Carter was praised for her iconic role as the housekeeper in Give Me a Chance in the 1980s, but her talent went far beyond television. Born in 1948, Nell Carter first made a name for herself on stage, captivating audiences with her powerful voice and magnetic presence. She won a Tony Award for her unforgettable performance in Ain't Misbehavin', showcasing her extraordinary singing talent. Despite her success, Nell Carter faced significant personal struggles, including health issues such as diabetes and obesity, as well as emotional trauma from multiple miscarriages. Nell Carter later decided to adopt 3 children, adding even more depth and complexity to her already rich personal story. She was married twice, but it wasn't until after her death in 2003 that the true depth of her most important relationship came to light. For many years, she shared a home in Beverly Hills with her longtime partner, Ann Kaser. Their bond was deep and intimate, though Nell Carter kept it private. After her sudden death at 54, it was revealed that she had left her entire estate to Ann and named her guardian of her children. This revelation surprised many, but it underscored the central and lasting role Ann had played in Carter's life. A silent yet undeniable love that was crucial to her. Phyllis Hyman was a singer with a voice that was both powerful and soulful, capable of moving listeners with resonant, rich tracks like You Know How to Love Me and Living All Alone, which have become timeless classics, cementing her legacy as a prominent figure in R&B and jazz. Her stage presence captivated audiences, and her music continues to inspire new generations. However, behind the unforgettable performances, Hyman struggled with personal battles, including bipolar disorder and depression, often seeking solace in alcohol and drugs to cope with the emotional chaos within. Phyllis Hyman was open and honest about the mental health challenges she faced throughout her life, bravely discussing her struggles with depression and bipolar disorder. She offered a candid glimpse into the emotional pain she often endured. Tragically, in 1995, just days before her 46th birthday, Hyman passed away, leaving a deep sense of loss among her fans. In the years following her death, it was revealed that Hyman had relationships with both men and women, including a long-term relationship with musician Tina Clark. Although she never publicly identified as bisexual, those close to her believed her relationships with women were a significant part of her life. Ma Rainey's life, hailed as the mother of the blues, was a pioneering figure in music, known for her deep voice and captivating performances. Born in 1886, she was one of the first black artists to record her music, leaving an indelible mark on the blues genre. Rainey's legacy extends far beyond her musical contributions. She was one of the first to openly express her love for women in her songs, boldly singing about her romantic relationships with women, challenging the norms of the time. Rainey not only broke boundaries in music, but also defied societal expectations, paving the way for future LGBTQ+ artists in an era when such expressions were rare and often taboo. While Ma Rainey was married to a man for much of her life, she never concealed her same-sex relationships, openly expressing them in both her music and personal life. Her fearless approach to sexuality made her a true trailblazer, setting a precedent for future LGBTQ+ artists to authentically embrace their identities. Though Rainey passed away in 1939, her legacy continues to resonate, inspiring generations of musicians and artists. Her courage and commitment to self-expression serve as a powerful reminder of the importance of accepting one's truth in both art and life. Bessie Smith, often referred to as the Queen of Blues, remains one of the most important figures in American music history. Born in 1894 in Chattanooga, Tennessee, she overcame a challenging childhood to become a leading force in the blues scene during the 1920s and 1930s, a time when the industry was dominated by male artists. With her powerful voice and unforgettable songs like Blues Booey Buon and No One Knows You When You're Down and Out, Bessie became a symbol of strength and emotional depth, striking a chord with audiences. Her stage presence was immense, radiating raw emotion and magnetism, making her one of the most influential performers of her time. Bessie Smith's fame as a vaudeville phenomenon was fueled by her extraordinary emotional depth and commanding stage presence. As a bisexual woman in an era when such identities were heavily marginalized, Bessie fearlessly embraced her true self, forming relationships with both men and women. Her openness, despite the rigid societal expectations of the time, made her a pioneer in the LGBTQ+ community, providing rare visibility for queer individuals in the arts. Her legacy as a trailblazer in both music and sexual identity continues to inspire and empower. Her courage in living authentically, despite facing intense scrutiny, made her a symbol of resilience and unapologetic self-expression. Though her life was tragically cut short by a car accident in 1937, Bessie's influence remains profound, shaping future generations of musicians such as Janis Joplin and Nina Simone, and solidifying her legacy as one of the most influential figures in American music. Thanks for watching. If this story caught your attention, make sure to hit like and share it with your friends so more people can check it out. Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on more exciting videos and fascinating stories. Thanks for supporting the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.